Hello out there everyone. Today we're going to take a look at this Shout Select release of California on Blu-ray. This film of course came out in 1993, was directed by Dominic Sena, who at that time had really only done music videos, and I believe this was one of his first feature films. He of course went on to do things like Swordfish and Gone in 60 Seconds, which neither were quite good, to be honest, but I think he did a pretty nice job with this film. Ebert, of all people, gave it 4 stars and was, singing its praises when it was released. And of course stars Brad Pitt, Juliette Lewis, David Duchovny, and the actress from Flirting with Disaster. Really interesting, look at serial killers, and features a terrific performance by Brad Pitt. He apparently was quite keen to get as far away as possible from the pretty boy roles that he was landing. Thelma and Louise and A River Runs Through It had just been released, and of course had garnered quite a bit of praise, but he was definitely getting typecast, and he wanted to go as far from that as possible. So what did he do? He took this part. He plays a hillbilly from Kentucky who just so happens to be a serial killer. Brad Pitt apparently went to a dentist before the film started shooting and had his front tooth chipped, which is obviously a pretty impressive display of commitment to his craft. But I think what's most notable about this film is just how damn good Mr. Pitt is in the role. He is scary in it, and while the others do a great job as well, including Juliette Lewis, who I think is a pretty unheralded actress, despite the fact that of course she's part of that whole scene that I won't mention, but I definitely think that she's undeniably a gifted actress, and this performance and the part that she played in Cape Fear are both terrific. The movie itself, it's visually stunning, perhaps a little bit masturbatory on the lighting and such, and I think that's just a reflection of the guy's background in music videos. So for me, I think he could have toned that down a little bit, but it still looks good. It's got a good sound design, soundtrack, and I think it's an interesting story. Now this release has a few special features that are fairly interesting, including an interview with the director, and of course this release features the unrated and theatrical versions of the film, and the AQ and PQ are both pretty terrific. Again, I think what's most notable about it is Brad Pitt. He's just so creepy in this film and really gives really an unsung, unheralded, but quite terrific performance in the part. So this is the original artwork, I believe, when the film came out, and of course the slipcase is the newly commissioned artwork. So definitely recommend the film. If you've not seen it, I highly recommend it. I think it's one of those movies that slipped under the radar of most, and I would give it a solid B. I think it's definitely one of the better films of its ilk, and allows Mr. Pitt to showcase some talent that he doesn't always get a chance to do. I think the other role that I believe really kind of got him into a more respected sort of class of acting was his work in 12 Monkeys, which came out I believe a couple years later. So on that note, I'll just leave it at that, but please do take care out there, everyone. Stay safe, be kind, and by all means keep watching good cinema.